Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon back with more DC Universe Online. So I never actually did a video about the Atlantean themed base. It's going to be a while before I actually finish this, so this is not a base tour, but I wanted to go over the theme itself and its new features, what you can and can't do with it. So here, starting with the entrance, it pretty much looks the same as all the other bases, except in this spot where there's normally an alcove, it stretches out into a new room. So this would be the highlight of the Atlantean theme. It's a large single space room, no columns, nothing interrupting it, and it's got high ceilings. It's really about 2 floors of a regular base. So it does have that League Hall type feel to it because it's so high. But I mean, it's definitely not as large as a League Hall. If you try to place one of those Amazon Fury statues in there, it won't fit. And with the Atlantean base, all of the alcoves are deeper. This is at least 2 times larger than the others, maybe even 3. So the total of the total area of this theme is much larger than any of the previous ones. Let me go into decoration mode so you can see some of the numbers. So it still has that 500 limit. Like, you would think they'd increase it for this because the area is larger. But it does kind of work out, because when you go into the alcoves, you can't use the walls and you can't use the ceiling. So it's pretty much just placing stuff on the ground here. And here's a look at the new room. And just for a sense of scale, let me see if I have one of the League Hall statues. And yes, I do. You see, it still doesn't fit. So a League Hall is probably like twice the size of this still, twice the height. Let me see if I can get an angle where we could see where Zeus gets cut off. Yeah, we only get probably less than half of him. Whereas in a League Hall, you can like stand on top of his head, and you're still not at the ceiling. Now I think the columns they're probably in the same place because they're not. This has always bothered me, but they're not kind of like lined up symmetrically. Or actually, it kind of looks better in this theme, so maybe they did adjust that. Yeah, because in the other themes, if you're lined up with that alcove there, I think like this column here kind of blocks the view a little bit. So this area is pretty much the same. Then you have the deeper alcove here. Same case as the alcoves for the tunnels. You can only place on the floors. And you could place on the columns as well. That varies from theme to theme. Like there are some themes that don't let you put anything on the columns. From here on in, it's pretty much the same layout as the others, except again for the deep alcoves. I mean, these are deep enough that they could be full rooms. And in visiting like a couple of work-in-progress bases, a lot of people are using this top one as like a bathroom. So yeah, we could finally build that bathroom instead of like trying to rig up some walls. Downstairs, pretty much the same also. See, I'm going through it quickly because this is not like a proper base tour. Most of these are placeholder items. I'd say, you know, over 50%. I would say the only things done here, like this is pretty complete. I'm happy with this meeting room. Armories are okay. The armory room. But this over here, this is pretty much all placeholder. I'm still collecting the right base items. And some of the portholes need to be adjusted as well, and I'm going to have to wait for the summer event. Because if you look at these closely, some of them don't match, actually. This whole middle area is incomplete. Those are all placeholders. I'll probably nuke this whole thing. That's not really complete either. I would say the top room is complete though. I am happy with this area. This is pretty much placeholder here. This is all placeholder. Almost everything in this room is placeholder, and that's basically the two main rooms. Now the thing here is I'm waiting on some summer items, but also I don't think we have enough Atlantean items yet. Because I tried to get things that were like blue and gold, but you know what I really need is like an Atlantean divider and an archway. Like if they could just pull these objects here out and make that into an archway, that would be perfect. There's basically just a lot of models inside this base that would be cool if they pulled out, so we could have more of them, like the lamp above this archway. These columns are great too, if we could get, because you know we have like Iceberg Lounge columns as well as Wayne Manor. If we could get one of these as a separate base item. Because I would like to rebuild this archway, but in the right colors. It's just that the Amazon Fury ones are the closest ones. And oh, I should also mention that this theme is color locked. Like you can't change these. These are all texture maps. So in the same case as some of the more complex armor pieces, that's the reason why you can't change the colors of this base. Because none of them have like a tint setting. They're basically bitmap graphics across the board. So yeah, I would say the limitations are, you know, the color, which I mean, it kind of looks nice anyway. I wouldn't want to change this. But like if you're set on a certain color, then this may not be the theme for you. So you know, that's sort of a limitation. And you have the larger area, but the same base item limit, which is, I wouldn't really say that's a limitation, simply because you're restricted from hanging stuff on the walls and ceilings in a lot of places. So I mean, 500 is, in my opinion, it's low for any base theme. Because there are some of the other bases where I try to re-theme everything, like cover the walls, ceilings, and floor, and 500 is just not enough. So I'm sure if I had enough items released here, and if I had what I wanted, I would definitely hit 500 and have problems as well. And the other thing to consider is when you're getting this. Oh, it's not going to show it because I already purchased it. But this theme is more expensive than the others. I think the others are 9, and this one is 15. So my take on this is, if you're not building this for more than one character, I would say wait for a sale. I went ahead and got it right when it came out, because I do have plans to build this for at least 3 characters. But this is the only one I started because it's pretty tedious, especially with the new room. So there's just a lot more to think about, and I'm pretty much waiting on items that don't exist yet. Now I imagine they're not done releasing Atlantean items just because so much has been left out. If you look at the open world especially, so I'm hoping for more Atlantean items. But just wanted to give you a quick overview if you're curious about the theme. And if I eventually finish this base, I'll do a proper base tour. Okay, that's it from here. Thanks for watching.